Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Guns for Hire from YouAlwaysWin, and I want to talk about Call of Duty. This isn't a complaint about Call of Duty because I actually really like Call of Duty. It's just a kind of a look into it. In this, honestly, video, if you actually like Call of Duty, this is what this video is really about. This isn't a rip into Call of Duty. So if you're looking for another video where I'm just going to hammer into them and complain about them and say, oh, they're garbage and you can team up and we can batch them, that's not this video. So, I mean, you can probably go, there's a ton of other haters out there, you can watch their videos, not this one here. By all means, share your opinions, but, we're not here to rip on it. I'm not here. Even if I say negative things about it, I'm not saying them to say, screw Call of Duty. I don't want Call of Duty to go away. I know millions of people enjoy it, and I still do too. I may not have liked the direction that it was heading in, especially when we saw Advanced Warfare. I don't like the advanced movement aspect, but I know millions of you guys do. I know there's a huge amount of you guys do. It adds to it. It's different, it's faster, and that's the Call of Duty that you guys like now. And, change, it happens. When you're like me, an old codger, it was like, oh, good change in my day, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that dude, and I feel like that dude sometimes, but hey, that's just my opinion, and it's because I have this love for Call of Duty that I had back in Call of Duty 4 is the reason why I'm so passionate about it. It's the reason why that I even care about where Call of Duty is going. If I didn't hate the game, if I hated the game, why? Who cares? Let it go wherever it wants. But I don't hate the game, even though I don't like the direction it's going. Call of Duty is the reason why I got into YouTube in the first place, and YouTube has changed my life. So I do have this soft spot for Call of Duty. I don't have all the answers. I don't know what will make it great again. I don't know if it's even in trouble because it's still going to sell crazy amounts this fall. But I want to talk about DLCs or supply drops. I want to talk about the microtransactions. Specifically, also, I want to mention the tactical nuke that's coming in Infinite Warfare. So let's start there. The tactical nuke, this is information. If I've got some of the information wrong, don't flip out, don't lose your crap. Just say, hey, no, actually it's here. Give me a link. All I'm doing is trying to gain information. I want the truth, and sometimes I don't always have it, but I do my best to try and get it. So rather than losing your crap, and going, hey, I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Just send me a link on Twitter. That link's in the description below. Follow me on there and give me a link so I can be in the know, So the tactical nuke in Infinite Warfare, supposed to be a weapon attachment. Okay, so it's not like one of these score streaks or kill streaks or whatever the case may be as it normally is. It's allegedly or rumored to be an attachment on a weapon, which means you've got to use that weapon for 25 kills. I don't know if it's a game-ending tactical nuke like it was back in Modern Warfare 2 or one of those Moabs where it just sort of wiped out all the players and then the game kept on going. Don't know at this point here. But it's a weapon attachment. And I don't really see a problem with that. However, I've also heard, and maybe this is pure speculation, rumor, I don't know, maybe it is fact, maybe they've already announced it, but that weapon attachment is a variant that you find in DLC or supply drops. So the supply drops allegedly are going to be back again. I guess they already are, not allegedly. Again, I don't know all the information. I'm busy making a lot of videos. I try and get as much information as possible. But in supply drops, which means even if it's, you don't have to technically buy any money, and you can just earn crypto keys like it was in Black Ops 3, like it is in this game here, which, I used. I've actually spent money on the microtransactions. I've earned, obviously, crypto keys as well. I got the HG40, I got the MX Garand, and the R70 Ajax. I don't have, a whole bunch of the other melee weapons as well. But, I didn't have to. No one forced me to buy the COD points or whatever or anything like that. But I wanted to. And they know that. They know that when they say, okay, no, it's free, but hey, if you spend $39 here, we'll give you 5,000 COD points and you can spend them. I'm like, oh my God, that's not a lot. And then next thing you know, you're chipping away and people are spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on this stuff. They know that. That's why it's there. But technically it's not. It's not a pay-to-play kind of thing, because if they're offering it for free, they're kind of very sneaky. You're sneaky, Activision, very, very sneaky. But it's still kind of a, is it necessary? For me, it's like, okay, why are they doing it? I think they're doing it because they know that their sales, as I've mentioned in previous videos, since Modern Warfare 3, since then, it's been going down. Is it going down to like abysmal, horrible sales and they got to close up shop? No, they're still selling like 20 million, like Black Ops 3 it's already over 20 million units sold. I forget what the exact number is. A lot. In comparison to other games, that's like other games would die. They would kill to have that many sales. You know what I mean? So it's not like they're going away, but it's certainly Activision and the companies have seen where Call of Duty could be, and they want that spot again. They want that 30 million. They want 40 million sales. And they're trying to figure out a way to close that gap. They're always trying to innovate, but are they always going in the right direction? I don't know. And maybe that's just me because I started with COD 4 and I'm one of those old cards who's like, oh, it used to be this way and I would go, it'd snow and I didn't care, blah, blah, you know what I mean? Maybe it is. Maybe you guys are all happy. Maybe this is just the way it is and either I accept it and move on and enjoy the game as it is, or I continue to just shake my fist and not, waste time instead of enjoying what it is. But as a Call of Duty gamer, because I only do that, I only complain about it because I actually like it. I'm not one of those Call of Duty gamers that, or gamers out there, or viewers out there that just totally take a dump on the game all the time. Oh, it sucks and blah, blah, blah. Well, clearly it doesn't suck. I mean, those statements are incredibly ignorant. You know what I mean? If it sucked, 20 million people wouldn't buy it. Maybe you don't like it. Maybe you think it's crap. You're like, oh, well, sales don't dictate. Sales dictate a lot. It means that 20 million people, year after year, like the game enough. And they know what happened the previous year. They knew what happened in Advanced Warfare, and yet there's still 20 million people buying Black Ops 3. So clearly, there's a huge number of gamers that don't think that Call of Duty sucks, even with the movements going forward. And a lot of people like Black Ops 3. I don't mind Black Ops 3. I think the movement on it is a lot better than it was in Advanced Warfare. It's not as crazy and erratic. I'm not particularly fond of it. I like that, it's almost becoming a cliche, the boots on the ground sort of movement, but I do like that. And maybe because I'm getting slower, because I'm not as fast, getting in my old age, that's the way it is. And I'm just like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to, that's why I'm excited for Call of Duty 4. But I think Activision, knowing that these numbers are down, knowing what they had, and seeing that revenue that poured in from Modern Warfare 3, when you sell that many copies, you know that the money was just ridiculous. They had an amazing year, and they want that year back. They want that. Well, let's bring it back. But now it's almost like with these microtransaction sort of types of things, they've conceded that they're not going to get it back. I don't know. Maybe that's part of their mentality. Like, let's chip away here. Can you imagine if they said, okay, this isn't working. People are getting angry. Let's do this. Let's put out a Call of Duty and include all DLCs for the entire year as included in the price. Because let's face it, they sell enough copies of Call of Duty, regardless as to which one it is, even the lowest selling one in years, which was Advanced Warfare, they sell enough that they don't need any more money. You know what I mean? Think of the positive impact on the community and gamers outside to be like, you know what? We've seen the light. All DLCs are included. Even if you were a hater, if you couldn't at least say, wow, that was a really nice move, well, then you're just a horrible person. There's no pleasing you. You're like the worst type of gamer ever. No pleasing you ever. Because I think that would be an amazing move. And I don't think they would lose money. I think they would gain, popularity and community respect. That possibly after that one, they're like, whoa, are you going to do that next year? Fine. Boom. All of a sudden, sales go up. Forget about the DLC. Stop chipping away at people. Don't worry about the microtransactions. You know what I mean? Make that Call of Duty, the game itself, and I'm not just talking about the maps and what's in it. I'm talking about the franchise itself and the community respect and how we look at it. Make it great again. I hate saying that like I'm some sort of Trump supporter or something like that. I'm not anti-Trump or for Trump. I'm Canadian. I'm just saying it sounds like, make America great again. But you know what I mean? Make COD great again. And I'm not saying put it back on boots to the ground. I'm not saying go back to COD 4 or anything like that. I'm just saying bring some respect back to this game that was once admired, that was once game of the year. Call of Duty 4, like it was once like, wow, you guys nailed it. Great story, great game, blah, blah, blah. And now there's just so much tension in the community. Every time someone talks about COD, it's like there's so much negativity coming on it. Look at the trailer for it. Unnecessarily high, and yet it's still going to sell well and likely going to sell more copies than Battlefield 1. I know I made a video before talking about that. Someone's like, no way, Battlefield 1's going to outsell it. Based on historical facts, I have no idea why anyone would make that statement. And I've already pre-ordered Battlefield 1, and I pre-ordered Infinite Warfare as well. I think I got the digital deluxe one, the one just above the Legacy, so I could get all the DLCs. So I've got them both. I'm not crapping on Battlefield, but facts are facts. Call of Duty always outsells them. I don't see how this is going to be any different. But I'm just saying, I'm getting kind of tired, Activision, of you guys, you know, chipping away, finding new ways to make money, when I think the most obvious one is to get the respect of the community again, to make Call of Duty this game and say, you know what, you're right, we make so much money, we do such a great job of this game, we don't need microtransactions. We can bring it back by showing like our appreciation of everyone year after year that's buying this game. Because you know that half this stuff, I'm not saying all the DLC is made before the game launches, but probably a good portion of it, they're already starting work on it. It's already budgeted in there. They already make enough, regardless as to how much they sell in the DLCs. You know that they've made enough year after year. We're looking at this right now, even with Advanced Warfare, they've made enough money that they could easily afford to make the DLCs and include it in the price without losing any money, still being profitable. So why not do that? I think it would be an amazing step. Anyway, that's just my opinion. In terms of the microtransactions, I'd like to see, you know, the nuke, if it's in there, just stop it with the supply drops, you know, stop it with all that sort of stuff there. Stop it with the microtransaction stuff. I think it's hurting it more. I know some of you find it fun, but spending more money, there's nothing fun about that. That's the only point of this whole thing. Despite the fact that they are free, despite the fact that you can earn crypto keys by not spending a penny, the whole point of it, and the reason why they created it, absolutely 100% is to squeeze every additional penny they can from this community. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm not delusional. They're not the Red Cross. They're not saving the world. You know, they're not out there building homes for the homeless. They're there as a company to try and make money. But I think the best way to do that is to be respected in the community again. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts. You know, do you think the microtransactions are a bad thing, good thing? Do you think the way they're doing it is okay? You know, since the fact that crypto keys can be earned for free, you don't have to spend any money. You know, what about DLCs? What about if they included it for free? They absolutely could afford to do that. I mean, if they did that, if you're one of those people that maybe are like, you know what, forget this, I'm done with DLCs. Would that not make you give them a little bit more respect? Could they not earn a little bit more of your respect if they made such a huge move like that? Personally, for me, even though I do buy them every year, I think that would be an incredible move on Activision's part. Anyway, I've yammered on long enough. Just really wanted to share that because, you know, there's so much hate towards Call of Duty. I still like it. I don't like everything that they're doing, and I think there is a way for them to come back and to gain that 10 million deficit from Modern Warfare 3 to where we are right now. Those 10 million gamers, there is a way to bring them back, and it certainly isn't through microtransactions. Anyway, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button to You Always Win, and I'll see you guys next time.